I know you can't. Y'all should. So I'm gonna announce that I will be just It's a Friday evening, and I don't know about anybody else, but my name is Tracy. I work at Flint, and my grades were uploaded this morning, so I'm good. I don't know about anybody else. I'm real free right now. A little bit too much. So you know that there's food in the back, and we'll get started in about a minute or two.
And the bathroom's around the corner if you want it. Yes. That's very important.
Right. Major. I dream a world where the world eyes me for my skills, not my lack, as in L-A-C-K lack, or L-A-C-C-C-C-C lack, or as in late again, cause capabilities can't conquer chemicals as an imbalance. That's for those of my people who are dealing with an addiction.
I dream a world where Flint's open wounds begin to heal and where every day is spent staring at obituaries looking for lost family and old classmates, where people die of natural causes and the only other plausible explanation is the military. Where part of our week is spent ducking strays or avoiding eye contact, where talent is buried by the dozens. I dream this for us all.
I dream a world where my issues are issueless, as in less than the average only by default in human order. But less than nothing at all, since average is of no consequence in my dream place, and we all act upon mere faith as in one mustard seed. Maybe that's all I really need. That's for those of my people who need a little bit of hope and still are wishing on a seed.
I dream a world where my skin color doesn't automatically mean I snatch purses, roll my neck to get my point across, or that I'm aggressive, loud, and uneducated, all that before we even meet. I'm saying at least learn my name first before making me fit the profile. This is for all those who are quick to jump through an illusion to reach conclusion. I dream a world where dreaming still makes sense and who we are shines brighter than what we look like. We find our voices, we find our strength, we find ourselves in future history books, generations move into action. Empowerment echoing through our souls and no child is left behind for real. This is for all those who feel like hope is for other people.
I dream a world where indignation flees from my mind and there's no room for curse. So that means language is positive and positive is negative and negative just keeps on being positive in my dream world. Why? Because there's no such thing as negative in my dream world. So that means I can say whatever I need to say in my dream world. So, 1, bitch simply means a female dog without referring to the human gay or the human straight with what? A bitchy little attitude. Move on and stop calling names. That's for those of my people who are very loose with their tongue. Stop. And ugly is constructive construction of behavior, and I am more free with my language so not to offend my church folk and my loved ones and my he's and she's and my students when I decide to act this way. And yes, I do act this way, and I claim it is usually every 28 days. That's just me being a woman.
I dream a world where women need not cower in silent corners staring through bruised eyelids. We realize that her issues are our issues, and every single mark on her skin scars us all into action. We rise from the soot, covered in equal blackness, together with our heads held high because no one stood by and let it occur. This is for those whose self-esteem lies in the soles of their feet. I
dream a world where 2 + 2 does not equal 4, but rather equals 8. As in, let's look past the problem so that we can begin to create the solution. All we're really saying is,
I dream the same dream that broken mothers dream.
I dream snow blossoms and April winds mixing at the seam.
I dream about the spaces in between.
What we're really saying is, I dream the same dream that was dreamt before I was even thought of as a seed, blossomed into a vine.
As in my vision of loveliness, because that is what you are to me, a dream.
That I dream.
That you dream.
That we dream.
That they dream.
Together forever. A world without end. So let it be said and done, ashe, and okay. We got through it. All right. So, welcome everybody. How's everybody doing? Yeah. You're like, yeah, woo. Who's happy that it's Friday? Yeah, some of you like, whatever. That's okay, I'm happy. So, our co-emceeing skills. This is Tracy and this is Jade. And so we're just gonna be vibing off of each other. This is actually about a lot of things. Hey, I'm so excited. We're just gonna start calling people out as they come in, but we're not gonna treat it like a comedy show. You know when the comedian is in front, you come in at a certain time and they start talking about you, like why you come, right? We're not gonna do that. But we will say stuff like, hey Erica, hey, okay. All right, so celebrate voices. We're very big on owning voices, owning your voice, which is why when you hear people speak, you may not love what they're saying, but you know what? You got to respect their story because their story belongs to them, right? So that's very big for us. We are also celebrating Share Arts, GVRC, what we do, the Juvenile Detention Center that we are working with every Monday and Tuesday. I almost feel like we're working with them like all the time. Right?
Every Wednesday too.
Okay, so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. As a matter of fact, we just don't sleep. Yeah, it's all about them. So what is GVRC? Should we
We should just ask Shelley.
We should just ask the visionary.
Shelley the visionary. Give it up for Shelley the visionary.
Shelley's just like, I'm working on
Yeah,
something.
we're glad for Shelley the visionary.
Shelley, can you like share one or two things? You can clap.
Should we use the mic?
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a mic.
Scanlon, is this
Like, it's my-
is this working? I don't know.
They can hear you, they can hear you.
They can hear me? You're good. I always get told this. So what is GVRC? GVRC is Genesee Valley Regional Center. It used to be called RDC, so a lot of people call it RDC, Regional Detention Center, but now it's GVRC. So what it is it's the Youth Detention Center in Genesee County that's up on Pasadena Avenue over by Linden Road that houses the youth in this community who are placed in secure detention. When it was started back in the early 1900s, it was basically a home for children that, unwanted children, neglected children, as well as delinquents. So it's evolved over the years. It was run by the state for many years, and now it's run by Genesee County. But what it is it houses a lot of really amazing young kids. And when they're put in GVRC and they're placed there and they're put in a secure detention, you know, they often lose their own identity. And what we do from the GVRC, Buckham GVRC Share Art project is try to give them back their identity through art. And so that's what we've been working on since 2011.
Yeah.
Since September of 2011, when we started a pilot project there with visual arts and spoken word poetry, is we try to make these youth, give them back their childhood, give them an ability to express themselves and be something more than just a kid who is transported to the courthouse in shackles and goes before a judge and is scared to death and comes out thinking that they are a criminal and have no future. So that's what we try to do. We have a project that Tracy developed for spoken word, and that Jade has been working with her for the last few years. We have a visual arts program that Todd Onweller and Steve Hull run. We now have dance that Emma Davis, who's in the audience
Throw your
here.
hand up, Emma.
Emma. We have girls theater, which Ella Thorpe runs. And we have boys theater that Dan Garris runs. So we are a very multifaceted program, and we probably offer more than really most other youth detention arts projects do. So we're here tonight to celebrate the work of the youth. We have a book. I'm probably saying more than I should. I Am Me, that is for sale for donations. If you have $15, if you don't, we'll give it to you for what you have. And we're here to celebrate the work of the youth, as well as to celebrate the creative spirit of this community at Buckham Gallery. So,
Boom. There you go. Show's over. Maybe it's important to say, for those who work with GVRC, if you can kind of throw your hands up so that people know that this is our crew. So we have, sure. So we have a few of us here and some who can make it. So what are we going to do tonight?
I think we're gonna do a little bit of poetry, a little bit of spoken word. That can be two different things, you never know. little bit of music over here. If you guys like Justin's music, give him a hand right quick. Me and Tracy, we always talk about we're gonna play guitar, and we have them, and we don't, they're just there.
But I own one.
I own one.
Yeah. Right.
It's a little dusty though, but.
And we have giveaways, and we'll do that throughout the show, so that'll be important.
So that'll require listening and a little participation from the crowd, so.
Right.
You know, if I ask you something, you might want to answer, you may have to write it down, you may have to Google it if she asks a question, because she asks serious questions. Mine are a little more basic, so. And if you want to be on the open mic, please let me know, or Tracy know, and then we'll be walking around a little bit, not too far from the stage, because you know. So, anything.
Space is small.
Share. Let you know that this is an open space, and it's also free to say what you wish. Please give us a disclaimer if we need one.
Yeah.
Don't surprise us up here with something crazy and inappropriate, and then don't tell us. All right, so just tell us what it is. Make sure there's a couple kids in the audience, just a couple. So that being said,
And the other thing is that what we're really trying to push again, and this is just repeat, and I, because I'm just redundant, I like to hear my own voice, right, is the whole idea is that we're really big on you owning your voice. So when we say that, you know, a disclaimer, we're saying recognize your audience, but your identity is your identity. Your story is your story. And so we're not going to take away from that. We want you to bring that kind of truth to the stage and nothing else. We live night and day, breathe this. As a matter of fact, we don't sleep when it comes to this kind of thing and when it comes to authenticity. A matter of fact, we might as well just bring up the first person to talk about the things that we just said. Fina? You ready?
clap her up, clap her up.
Oh, this is another major thing. I'm glad you said this. So we do have a videographer, Jenny. However, there's some of us who's like, what? Right? So if you choose not to be, if you're like, no, I'm good on being videotaped, please just, again, just look to Jenny and say, no, that's an easy one.
She'll cut the tape.
And she'll
Yeah, and make sure I turn it off.
Cut it back on for the next person, so you have to tell individually.
All right, Jenny, I'm
Make sure
on
you sign
parole.
this.
You want what?
I'm on parole.
You don't want us? Oh, no. Okay.
Hi, everybody. I am Fina. All right, I call this Untitled. A few of you all heard it already, so here it goes. We used to be so close straight out of the womb. All through my toddler and adolescent years, I fought with you, and in the end, you always won. Through my teenage years, I did what I could to avoid you, but you would always find ways to sneak up on me. In class and right after school were your favorite moments to just pop up. In my 20s, I avoided you like you were the plague. We went days without each other. People warned me I regret mistreating you later in life. And now that later in life has arrived, I not only regret mistreating you, but sometimes I feel like I want you more than air. I miss you, Sleep. I'm so sorry for avoiding you. Trust me, if you come back to me, I'd be sure not to mistreat you. You'd be the dirt to my grass, my ebony to my ivory. We'd be inseparable. Just come back, Sleep. Signed, Insomnia.
Oh yes, that is Fina. Make sure, people, that if you do want to be on the video here, please sign this waiver. Right? That was right?
Yeah, and then print your name too, so that I spell it correctly, and I'll give you a caption.
She'll give you a caption.
Yeah.
Make it legible. At least one person missed that part, but that's okay. We'll get it back out to you.
Don't get mad at me if it's wrong on there.
It's okay. Don't be upset if your name's spelled wrong. All right, so in this moment, we're gonna mix the open mic with the people that are on the list here anyway. So a traditional open mic is just you come in and you might sign up, and then people just start calling you. And some events you get called out because they know you're a poet and you didn't sign the list. So we're not gonna do that too. I know there's a few of you out there. I'm looking at like 2 of them right now. So I'm gonna call up Maria. She's going to share some of the poems out of this book here that we showed you. So give it up for Maria.
I feel like we need to give
give it up for Jade and Tracy. I feel like I'm learning. I'm Maria. I'm one of the teachers in the spoken word.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
So we make sure that each of the girls that participate in the program, one of their pieces is in this book. And when you sit down and you read all of these pieces together, I feel like every time we have to pick the pieces, it's like you're reading an old book of poetry. You can sit down by a fire with a glass of wine and really get lost in what these girls have written. And sometimes it's hard to remember that these girls are 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. 11. Yeah, 11. And some other pieces. And you heard Tracy and Jay come up with I Dream of a World, and we used that as a prompt for some of the girls. And I'm going to read to you what they responded with I Dream a World. I dream a world where I'm successful. I dream a world where I'm a cardio. I dream a world where I'm a neuro. I dream a world where I'm not locked up. I dream a world where my mom loves me as much as she loves my little sister. I dream a world where I'm an all-around athlete. I dream a world where Miss G states that I'm her favorite peer. Miss G is what is her title?
Yeah, she's like super
Youth specialist. And to see these girls, anytime they say something out of their mouth, they're looking at Miss G. Does she approve? Does she not approve? And sometimes they don't even turn their head, they're just looking, but it's always like Miss G, and they're all about her. I dream a world where I'm accepted for everything I am. I dream a world where I know my dad. I dream a world where I have more common sense. I dream a world where I'm not so depressed. I dream a world where I'm a natural leader. And I dream a world where I don't make others feel so little. I dream a world where I don't correct people. I dream a world where I'm not so sarcastic. I dream a world where I could express to others how I feel or think without changing the subject or being sarcastic. And I dream a world where I can just be a better me. But in the end, it's all a dream, and my dreams rarely become a reality. So for now, I'll be sarcastic, locked up, not successful, not an all-around athlete, not Mrs. G's favorite peer, and not loved as much as my little sister by my mom. But it is what it is, and in the end, it's all a dream, not a reality. So if you've heard that, imagine a 14-year-old girl telling you that. It gets you from time to time. Not all the poems are like this, but a lot of them are. And to watch the girls come in like this and then whip out another piece where they talk about how brave they are and things that they've been through, that's pretty profound and pretty moving.
So, next to the stage, I could have done this on the side, right? Next to the stage, where is he? I feel like I should just like describe people and then they just stand up. He's over there. He's over there, right? So the next person coming to the stage is tall. That's really not saying much when you look at my height. No, I'll sit down. I mean, that was good. Short hair.
Everybody's like, what?
Yep. White. Okay, you just like, great. Thanks, Tracy. That's a good portion. Has a great smile. Now everybody's like smiling like, oh, there you go, Nick. And you notice how he claims that? Right.
Nick? I didn't know Nick was tall.
I didn't know she was tall. I'm like, wait, all right.
I didn't know Nick was tall.
Owning yourself. That's it.
And I just want to say before I start, I have flipped through the book. It's awesome. You know, $15 is such a great value. And anyone that's ever been to a poetry show, when they say only $15, you know, your proper response, of course, is
Only $15.
That's great. Well, Paul? Yeah, that's a big one.
If we have time, yeah.
It's so much better than paper because you like crumple and you get all sweaty and nervous. And you're so cool with the phone. It's called Vortexville. You see, there are 3 expressways in, but no way out. One way through. Easily confused with bricks and booze. Barely a city. First and bankrupt and underused. Predictably, we as citizens, though few, feel toxic and abused as ugly factory blues paint the news with blood, blight, and burnt down schools. appealing like roadkill to the flighty New York culture vultures of cool who call struggle quaint and pick at bones like fools. But the home-tarn artist is honor-bound to defend his muse even from its suicidal self. And I refuse to let this refuge fellow refuse, otherwise known as hell, be scrapped or collapsed from the bulldozer agendas of explorers with wealth. More demolitions every day, but no one needs a commune of gated condos to replace the vacancy. Or another exclusive event, too expensive for locals to attend while decision makers devour parcels of parents' land with, like a course of fillets. It's so easy to parking lot away great centurion trees and obvious opportunities. So hard to remember the prosperous city. All that's left is old curb breaks, empty union halls, and the Alzheimer's elderly. Cultivating our own leaders starts with the simple seeds of constitutional literacy, because that right to bear arms is always second to that #1 priority. That's respect for others' diversity. And those in the know that until now this country's been aimed like a plane on a tragic trajectory, an epic untold, and a people polluted with propaganda imagery. But now is the time to re-educate ourselves on what it means to have a sense of humanity, to stand up and spend a generation manifesting a new destiny. Thanks.
That would be Nick Custer, the man with the great smile. Give it up for him again.
Yeah.
He played it all. And 3 people clapped.
Yeah, that was like,
See, this environment is one free of cell phone noise and one of support. So please clap for the people when they come up here, because it's difficult to stand up here and say something and bare your soul and wave at people that you don't really know that well, just hi to them, all that. It's all difficult to do. So keep that in mind. Please support the artists. And we'll start out with our first little quiz to get the prize. Tracy's gonna look and see who raised their hand first. All right, so if you got a problem with it,
all right.
because they can't be me, because I'm really a ninja. And that's why I have a shirt on.
Ninja Turtle, Maya Angelou. Oh, that's bomb.
It's close together.
Right.
So the first question is, it's gonna be the book.
Oh, this is the book, okay.
One of the books.
This is, I feel like I'm
Ooh.
The first question is, what does GVRC stand for?
What does GVRC stand for? So I saw she was like,
Is it the man with the great smile?
the man with the great smile. What does GVRC stand for?
Genesee Valley Regional Center.
Give it up.
Yeah.
No, he's an English major.
That's good listening skills right
Right.
there.
Everybody else is like, whatever.
If you have to write down your answers, feel free. It's like an open book test, so don't.
We're still in school.
Grades are turned in, so don't worry. All right, so coming up next to the stage, one of the facilitators at the GVRC program, or Genesee Valley Regional Center, as you just learned. And she's like one of the kids' favorite people in the whole world. Like when she's not there, they just terrorize us. Like, where is she? Where's she coming back? And she didn't even know I'm talking about her. That's how humble she is. So give it up for Kekila.
Y'all be making me blush now. No, they really do. I actually thought I was the favorite. I'm not.
Hello. Okay, this is called I Live in This World. There is cursing in it, just letting you know. But we let them express themselves, so don't be alarmed. I live in a world where reckless behavior is a must. You don't find a damn person you can trust, and it's guaranteed you'll use your flaws as a crutch. We often confuse love with lust, and to keep up with the place you need, and to keep up with this place, you will need a clutch. I live in this world and stuff's really crazy. I refuse to fall victim to the statistics out here lately. I look around the room, seeing baby daddy, no baby. Our generation's lives are slowly but surely wasting, as if they are begging for some kind of saving, but continuously leave their parents' hearts breaking, blaming themselves for the fact that your children's lives are a disaster in the making. I live in this world and these people are weak. I mean, it makes sense causing violence for peace. Call them OGs, but now they in deep. Got a lot of cheddar, don't see no cheese. And they won't be me. I'd rather lose a leaf, not the whole dang tree. Yet that's how it's gonna be if this place is mine to keep. Because if I'm going to be the change that I want the world to see.
Yes,
Should
sir.
read the people's stuff. That was Tequila, if you missed her name. We're gonna give you a little announcement, what Tracy's got on her paper, and I didn't bring it because I don't have a phone to hold, so it's gonna be a little sweaty paper that he was talking about. Our good friend Natasha Thomas Jackson, she's awesome. Some people may know her as Theory. And some people may know her as the leader of her band, Audio Insurgents, I think it is.
Right.
I'm
They
using
know
that
her.
as a band name. So if you've heard of any of those, that's the same person. That's crazy.
She's all things.
All of
Right.
them. All of them. And she also has a group called Raise It Up. And anybody in the crowd, I know somebody.
Raise it up. Where's
And they do a lot of great things in the community, and they also go out and do a poetry event. It's like a show called Brave New Voices, and they've competed and been in the top 5, I think, for several years.
So right. You want to, Sapphire, you want to say something? Because she was a part of the
We're gonna put you on
team.
the spot. Go.
Right?
Well, Brave New Voices is an international poetry competition that happens every year, hosting 50 to now almost 65 teams from around not just the U.S., but the globe. There have been teams from South Africa, from England, from Guam, from Bermuda. I've met so many poets from across the world. I have pen pals I still write to this day. At the festival, it's really like a learning experience. The slam isn't to the end, like the last day, or the last 2 days. You have semifinals and then the slam, but it's mainly workshops. It's mingling. You get to meet people. You get to learn new techniques, not just writing based, but performance and theatrical based as well. Like it's just like a dreamland for poets. I can understand that. And MCs as well. There's a lot of things wrapped up into it.
Awesome. Thanks. And we're going to bring up Sapphire too, so that she can share herself. Share what you've been sharing with the world.
And understand that this team takes funding. So if you feel like you want to donate to the team, please let us know. We'll get the information out there for you to donate to the Raise It Up group and the Brave New Voices team, all of which, cost a little couple dollars a piece. So, make sure. Natasha would be here, but she's at her event currently right now, this moment, at another place. So.
And just to throw out there, as much as they're also fundraising, it would only make sense for us to say, so is GVRC, right? That for us to keep.
And Buckham Art Gallery.
Right.
If y'all could give a hand for Buckham Art Gallery for them to be here. We definitely take donations all year. Please do that if you can. And we're gonna call up one of Tracy's students.
No, she's not. No, she's a rock star. She has nothing to do with me now. She's
She's
just
a rock
like
star. She's above and
traveling.
beyond now. She's above and beyond. And it's on my sheet it says Kenzie, but I think
Right.
it's Buckham.
A matter of fact, Kenzie's so much the rock star that she performed at the Chancellor's inauguration. That's our rock star status. She is.
You're making me blush.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so the piece I'm going to share is actually a piece that I wrote in Tracy's spoken word class. It's my identity piece. We had to come up with a piece that explained who we were as people, and this is what I came up with. Who am I? I know what you see when you look at me. You see the size of my curves, and you stare endlessly. But I am more than my size. Look behind my hazel green eyes. I'm a girl who gets lost in her own world. Constantly has her nose stuck in a book because the world around me is too much for me to deal with. It's hard for me sometimes to leave my room because depression has snuck into my bones. I have scars up my arms and between my legs, marking each passing day that I am still alive. I once swallowed over 500 pills just because one more day of living would be too much, yet here I stand. I am more than what my body holds. I have a mind that never grows old. But each day is a day I barely stand tall, if I make it through that day at all. I love to read, if only to travel to a different world, one where I am not but a girl. I am exactly whatever I decide. And in those worlds is where I hide. I hide behind a book because I am afraid of human touch, only because I have been hurt too much. Terrified to let someone in because when will it end? When will they have enough only to leave again? My heart rings of innocence that only others pretend to understand. Each time someone leaves is a scar put there by my own hand. I write my days away if only to push away my pain. I play online games if only to pretend that I am okay. My feet are constantly planted between two worlds. Which one is reality? Well, when you find out, please tell me. I am lost between the lines, just trying to pass the time. You ask me my identity. I am more than a girl with hazel eyes, more than someone with bigger thighs. You have no idea the tears that I've cried or how many times I've lied. I'm book smart, yes, that's true, but I am no smarter than you. I am more than a passing grade. I am not a mistake to be erased. I am someone trying to find my way. You ask me who I am, but words cannot define who I am inside. Guess you'll just have to wait and see until I decide to face reality, because I have yet to discover my true identity.
No, I like that when I heard it the first time. No, I like it more. I like it more. I am gonna just shoot right into the next person. If there's anyone who wants to sign the open mic list, just, just come around back, come sign it, let me know. Raise your hand, put one finger in the air, whatever it is that you do. And we're gonna go right into somebody off the open mic list, somebody brave enough to sign. Good friend Nadia, come on.
Hey, how's it going? You guys are awesome. Cool, we're awesome. Okay, so I have like 2 plugins. Is that okay?
Yes.
Plugins are allowed.
Yes.
So if you guys are writers or would like a writer-friendly space where you get to meet other writers and talk about creative writing and your poetry and have fun and have deep, meaningful conversations about life, check out the Writers Circle by the Creative Alliance. We meet Thursday nights at 7 o'clock at Churchill's. We have a Facebook page, Writers Circle. We'll also meet at Page's Bookstore. Also, if you would like to hang out in a free open workspace for artists, writers, and musicians, ask me about Muster at Mondays and I'll tell you more. I have 2 pieces, so pick one. Do you want to hear anger or yearning?
Yearning.
I'm going for anger.
Okay.
I'll let you grab one and then we'll bring you back.
Okay. Okay, all right, anger. You'd think that by the sway of her hips and her stride, tall in the spine, and the strength in her eyes that she wouldn't even look at you. But she got lucky. Her standards took a vacation, and her heart in hibernation was only just beginning to wake up. Wake up in a place, find yourself and change. You never remembered being carried off. You, beautiful woman with the glow in your eyes and the love in your laugh, the spring in your step, perfume on your breath, incensed by the sheer magnitude of men that can be so stupid when they hold heaven in their hands for the first time, to cast it away to dust. Grow bored and get rough when they've had enough. Did you know what you had? That she loved and adored you, that her love had the strength of earth, and her patience stretches to the point in time where the first held her first child, beheld the screams, the first breath of life, the curling fist, the unshakable intimacy, courted to Omphalos, the center of being. She traced your navel with the tip of her finger and held you with eyes bearing something intense that dwarfs the stars in the skies that just point blank die from all their shining. She listened to your worries and cares, stomached the stares and your crow-footed, careless, concentric failures, the harebrained schemes when you believed you could pull yourself out of purgatory, out of the rut you dug yourself into, out of the graves, the cemetery of all the women who fell for a half-baked hoax. Don't think they don't know you. The man in the mask, smiling, beneficent, careless, crass, and cold. The friendly friend. The good neighbor that ravages his women behind closed doors, uses them up and sucks them dry, the spineless stalks left to sway in the wind, done with the world, done with the self. Convince her she's mental, that it's all her fault, so you don't have to look at yourself. But when you see her, It's a mirror to your senses, the guilt you can't live with, that what's left of your spine is a toothpick next to hers, that she can withstand the hurricanes and earthquakes that come her way. But at the first sign of trouble, you abandon. Leave a red-cheeked girl shaken and split, cracked at the hips, trying to piece together a puzzle that doesn't fit, pleading, begging, and bleeding, blue-lipped when a woman with a heart, soul, and gut like that should never be made to kneel. You two had taken hands together and ran so fast you lost your direction and your destination. Now look where you've ended up. I've seen too many women who've given their hearts to men who don't give a shit about them. Too many women who love but don't look long enough to know what they're loving. Women that latch themselves to leeches to free themselves from all of the love they're so full of they can't contain it. That rise above and still walk tall because they know they'll make it. Recovering their standards and going back to basics. Shaking off the dust, breathing fire and flying with warriors' heart's determination.
All right.
Miss Nadia, that was Miss Nadia. I'm going to move into the next artist. I'm going to say artist. Right here it says poem, but I'm thinking song probably. But that's because I'm a fan of her voice because she's amazing. I only met her once. Okay, I'm a groupie right now. But, give it up for Jordan.
Hi everyone. I was in Tracy's class and just like Mackenzie, we had to do our identity piece. So mine is called I Am My Sunshine. Da 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 da. You just don't know how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You just don't know how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I love to sing. I am music, I am song, I am melody. I'm the music that runs in my veins, deep from my family tree. I am music, that's me, but I don't sing as much as I used to. My mind is constantly going back and forth, trying to figure out which way to go. Left, right, go to school. Left, right, make mama proud. Left, right, make sure daddy don't cry. Left, right, stay alive. Left, right, that's right. No, that's wrong. Stop. Lay down. I don't remember who I was before I let the world tell me who I should be. You know, society brings up other technicalities, or maybe God just made one on me. No, really. I can be on the right path at the right time, looking straight ahead, light. But in the corner of my eyes, in the darkness in someone else's life. And everything in me wants to say no, even though I know it won't sit right with my soul, so I venture off my path. Turn around and pick up your slack. Now I've done my own shine, cause I trod on your hurt and walked around like it was mine, and it's funny. How my laughter can bring sunshine to anyone else's cloudy day, but can't bring enough light to scare my own fears away. I'm scared of love. Cause love reveals all things, insecurities, past mistakes, possibilities. My skin is my escape. I'm okay with being alone. I mean, you can join me if you like, as long as you don't stay too long. I love me. And I don't understand why it's so hard to convince myself that I really do. Why isn't it enough for me? Maybe because mama needs more, daddy sees more, I seek more. My vision is clear, but my direction is uneasy. I know I'm strong enough to push through, but the fear of success sees me, and I will make it to the top. But what if I let my people down? I always find myself fighting with the ground because the weight of expectations are heavy on my shoulder. And I'm tired of constantly striving. I'm tired of constantly striving. I'm tired of constantly striving and failing to please you. Why did I find my purpose in your desires? I am more than the requirements, routines, and structures that you have placed before me. I am the wind, floating wherever God may take me. I am my own heartbeat, choosing how fast or how slow I choose to go, but always staying in rhythm. I am the sun, illuminating for all to see, not you or her or him, but me. I am my sunshine, my only sunshine.
I make me happy when skies are gray. I finally know how much I love me, and you won't take my sunshine away. Thank you.
You can clap more if you want
So if you notice, we're just around rock stars, right? Just all around. That's what this year was. I went away last year, and I came back, and I think some people were like, is she coming back? But it's refreshing to come back and just be around talent and gifts, and to hear voices that inspire you to just keep doing what you're doing. So we're going to go into a giving away gift, but just as a reminder, since I know a few people came in, that remember we have our videographer right here. If you are coming to the stage and you're like, I'm good, I do not want to be recorded, you just turn to Jenny and say, I'm good, right? And then she knows to stop it. So let's do the giveaway.
Yeah.
So like, I'm rocking this t-shirt today. Oh, let me stretch it out. Oh, I'm rocking this woman who's real fly. Check out the shirt. There you go. And so, in order to get the prize, I don't know, her book, if someone can give...
Get your phones out.
No, 3 facts. Any facts, but 3 facts about this woman in which you already saw the hands. She is fighting for this book. All right, and she's looking at me like, you better call me Tanae. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a brother named Daly.
Okay.
I grew up in Stamps, Arkansas.
Okay.
Her mother lived in St. Louis. She lived in... Yeah, she was married to this guy that used to beat her, and he wasn't supportive of her. And she used to be a calypso dancer / stripper. But she changed her life around. All right.
Which is awesome because today will be the heart of a woman. She'll be bringing her talent and also sharing that same kind of heart on the stage. Bringing to the stage, we're gonna keep it going.
These are our guys right here.
Yeah.
They're just amazing, and they're so awesome. We had to both come and say something about them because we love them. And
Yeah, we're doing this as a team because they're a team.
They're a team too.
They are.
They're a father-son team.
They're a father-son team. They already know that we're calling them up right now.
They know. Once we said love, they knew with them.
No, we're like fans, right?
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan too.
All right, so we're gonna bring up
So we're gonna bring them up.
Malcolm and Jeff.
And they just sit there like, what are you talking about, right?
That's nice. I want to say thank you before we get started. Both of everybody here who is working with the girls at JVRC, but also to the girls there, for the tremendous courage it takes to face yourself, to work with somebody, to be honest about who you are. As a teacher for 30 plus years, I know how terrifying it is to be a teenager anyway, in the best of conditions. So what these young women are willing to do and what the folks here are willing to help them do is just wonderful. I want to applaud that to you.
What he said, but in like a slightly higher voice. I wanted to give a little intro to this poem, as this is a conversation that has happened, I would say, upwards of 1,000 times between my father and I. And when you're relating it back to identity, it's best because you often find out a lot about yourself when somebody is trying to tell you who you are. And like trying to give you a direction and like, oh, wrong. Like that can be really beneficial to somebody. But as a young person, I always resented that person that was pulling me in that other direction, that was giving me a task that I didn't want to do. I resented that.
and that was a youthful error. And so this poem, since we both get to do it, is kind of both sides of that coin, and I think that's an important perspective to bring. So
I'm a school teacher. I've been around kids for 30 years, so I'd like to think I understand them pretty well. But I can't get my kid. He hasn't done the dishes, cleaned his room, but Batman is halfway through Arkham, and I want to throw that freaking Xbox through the freaking window. So, with a pretty legitimate question. Got your homework done?
Not yet, but I will. As if the moments that have passed were the only ones I could use to do work. I don't think he's actually upset that it's not done. It's not done on his time schedule. Little seconds that he has already decided a use for, while I'm more looking to let the seconds decide for themselves.
I've seen kids suffer so much because of procrastination. I mean, they would put off breathing if an adult told them they should. It's just such a reactionary world. But I've lived it. Doesn't he know that? I remember what it was like to be 18. I know that the world sucks and you just want to be left alone to do what you want to do, but it doesn't work like that. This isn't about me asserting power and telling you what to do. It's about me caring and wanting you to succeed. I'm not going to live forever, and I need you to know that you can handle this because you are the most important relationship I have, which sounds like, is there a timetable for this?
It's not due till next Friday. Does he doubt my ability to pull it off? I am the superior slacker, sliding assignments to some time that's sweeter. I craft quickly, compiling complete creations from pure ether. Homework hopes to be held off by me. Holy is my held attention. Hark, I am the deadline beater. Plus, I just don't really want to do it either.
See, I wouldn't do it that way. Because I have had years of experience teach me that things will go wrong. And pretending to have lots of time to get it done is just a lie I tell myself so I don't feel guilty for not doing what I know I have to do. We tell ourselves that we work better under pressure because we don't want people to expect high quality every time. This generation likes to believe they can multitask, and they can, but it's just doing more things with less quality. And he looks around at his peers and he does okay, but I know he could do much better if he stopped avoiding and faced it and tried second and third drafts on things. I want him to know how amazing he is. Would it kill you to have it done early?
Lots of things kill people. As if it is a matter of life and death, like a bulleted list of items that must be completed before the Reaper comes calling, full of things like do your homework, do the dishes, take a shower. Completely ridiculous. I'm a kid. My job is to play, not to bid for some future day job. Do you not understand that if all you're doing is preparing for the future, you're killing it in its cradle? Do you not assume these games I play are idle work? They are tools for sanity.
I love you. I play this game between accepting and relaxing and trying to be the cool dad and being the man that tells him that not just that he can do it, but that he is going to do it. It is terrifying being a parent because I have to balance protecting you from a horrible world that wants to chew you up and getting you ready to be in that world because I can't protect you from a world that wants to chew you up. I used to say, it's magic and only your father can do it, and you believe that. Now you know it's a lie, and I fear that you will walk away from me. So everything is a risk, and I don't like that game. But the world won't let me play any other one. I'm here with you.
I love you too. As much as I hate to admit it, I get it. You see, each event is a bit of this future, preparing me for a world where play doesn't always fit. And while I will rage against your wisdom, I will get it done. Thank you for making me do it without making me submit.
Thank you.
The beans, right?
Don't y'all love them? That was great. That was good.
So,
I'm about to put Tracy on Fresh Meat right quick. This is not scripted, and she's not gonna accept it. But everybody who was in Tracy's class at some point is super raise hands. Just saying. Look around, everyone. I just want to say that's a testament to her abilities because, ow. class is over. My class has been over for some years, actually. But people keep coming back, and people keep showing up, and people keep speaking and doing things way outside of our boxes like me. I was the kid that was like not interested in being up on stage. Look where I'm at with her. And so I would like to say that speaks a lot to the woman that she is and the teacher that she is. And she doesn't want to call her Dr. Curry all the time, but that's who she is, Dr. Tracy Curry, and she earned that. And so I just want to give her a hand right quick. You know what I mean? She's shy sometimes. So on that note, I'm just gonna call one of her students up here. Your grade is already in, so y'all just don't even worry about it. Just let your hearts out and call April up. April coming up live. Yeah, you're pretty fly.
Happy birthday, April.
Okay.
Right. So I am 21 today.
And how do we know that? Because what are you wearing?
Oh, and I forgot how to work it.
Flip the switch. Come on, you bought it.
Wait, okay.
Yeah. 21, legal.
I'm legal.
In the United States.
Okay, I too was in Tracy's class. It's not the one I want to read. I had a hard time writing my identity piece. In all of it, I wound up sitting in her office, and this is what came out. I'll kind of preface it just a little bit. 20 years ago, 2 days ago, my aunt had my sister and I, which is actually here. She moved to Georgia to get married and all that whatnot. Anyway, my mother had to give my sister and I away because she was just wild and obnoxious and doing whatever parents think that they can do. Anyway, I digress. I guess she'll hear. This is still very hard for me to read, if you guys can't tell. So, bear with me, please. Dear Lisa, you suck. And I want you to leave me alone. They laugh. I'm glad you guys thought that was funny. Okay. Serious statement. Okay. You suck. I want you to leave me alone. I wish you didn't exist because you don't care about me and you gave me away. And I don't even know what to say anymore. The difficult thing is I've tried. I've tried to call. Specifically, I wanted you. I mean, who doesn't want the mother? I guess you were in your own world. We talk on Facebook sometimes, and I've tried to tell you how I feel, but most of the time, you just make me cry. Thinking about you makes me cry. I don't even know if that's the problem anymore. Is it really you? Maybe it's just I don't feel that I'm good enough. I think you're a terrible person. I do, because you did it 5 times. After the second time, it wasn't a mistake. Dear Auntie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to give your freedom away for 2 little rugrats. I'm sorry you didn't get to do more with your life and you got sick. And some days, I like you. I do. I enjoy your company, and as a parent, you know what buttons to push. I thank you, though. I do. I heard Sonia Sanchez tell a story about a little girl who was unsafe with her mother, and suddenly it clicked. I knew I was safer with you. I knew it was a better place to be. Maybe I'm not really upset with Lisa. Dear April, take a look at all you've done. From your full ride scholarship to the college credits you've earned in high school, you are a star. Continue to let your light radiate. It is in your beautiful smile and in your hazel green eyes. You are beautiful, resilient, talented. You are unique.
In just recognition of her bravery, because when I think of April, I think of a lot of the young women that we work with. She's a photographer, and she's a phenomenal photographer. A matter of fact, whenever there's something that needs to be done, I'm like, April, you're not doing anything. So I see a bright and brilliant future, and so in that, we're giving this to you. This is a keepsake. It's just a box, right? And no, it's no big. Look, we like to put people on Front Street. This is all family, right? So it's a keepsake. And on the keepsake, it's a box set. It has all kinds of phrases, and you know what phrases do. Your phrases like, be strong, okay, right? Be happy, right? So if you look around the box, it has those phrases, and on the inside, it has those phrases. And on the inside, it has a lot of candy, too, so, you know. But those are for pictures, for everything that you need, and for your future. Next one.
You said you were singing.
Oh, we were gonna say, I feel like we just embarrassed her so much.
We did. Just go and finish it off. Go ahead.
Well, she walking away, so maybe we shouldn't say happy birthday, right?
We'll pass on that for a moment.
So we'll pass on the happy birthday song. We're gonna keep going. She'll be back soon, right? And so we're bringing up one of our GVRC people. Shelly? I'm gonna share.
You go for Shelly.
So this is the 4th edition, correct, Jade? This is the 4th edition of our book, right? We've had 4 of them so far. And as we say, what we do in these books is we have at least one poem by each of the girls who's participated. This year was the first year that we've done a full year program. We've always done kind of mini grants and had three months here, 3 months there, but thanks to the Ruth Mott Foundation, I have to give a plug for the sponsor there. We have been able to have our program go year-round, and we have just found out that we're funded for next year to go year-round. And I want to recognize Emma Davis, who just was awarded a Michigan Council for the Arts and Cultural Affairs New Leaders Grant to work more with the girls on dance. The poem I'm going to read is about dance. Dance is the stuff to me. The way I move, you can't believe. I bet I can move my feet without the beat. Dancing is so true to me. It's all about the dancing skills. It makes me build my self-esteem. When I'm sad, it brings me up. When I'm locked up, I feel free. There's nothing else that I can do that's so true to me. Smile on my face, but the devil always trying me. I'm always trying to get the best for me. There's nowhere else I'd rather be but home dancing without the beat because it's so true to me. Young lady has had a very trying life who wrote this poem. And last week, she was back at the detention center because, as she says, you know, things are always getting to her and it's hard for her to overcome a lot of her issues. So last week, she was at the detention center and Emma did the dance program last week. And you know, I dance with the girls when we go there, which is like just one of the most amazing experiences for me, because I'm an attorney, I'm a juvenile court referee, and when I'm on the floor dancing with these girls, it's like the most amazing experience. And when I thought about this poem that she'd written about 6 months ago, and I saw her dancing the other day, after she really screwed up, she blew it, whatever. She was out there, and she embodied this poem. And the smile on her face, and the ability that she had to really capture her soul through dance was just amazing. And, you know, so like I said, I've got to read this poem because it really spoke to me last week when I saw her just moving out of herself and becoming a leader and becoming being able to really express herself despite the fact that, she once again had, been put in detention. So anyway, thanks to all of the people, I cannot express enough as the person who is, quote, the director of this program, and the thanks that I have for all of our artists who work with us. Jade, Tracy, Maria, Emma, Ella, Kakila, Steve, Dan, everybody. They are an amazing group of people. And what you see on this wall in the back row is just like a microcosm of what's been done in our program. And, I cannot really express to you enough the love that goes into each of the sessions that Tracy and Jade and everybody else do each week for us. And the kids, when you see them, they're so happy that we're there. And we've gotten remarks when we see these kids outside of GVRC or whatever, it's like we've gotten remarks like, you don't know how much that those art sessions meant to my child or meant to me. They basically changed my life. And these are the comments that we get week after week. And the ability of the kids to have a mentor, to have an artist come in and sit with them for an hour and a half and work with them, and to have students like Kakila, who's up to her ears in working full-time, going to school, still take the time to come in and be with these kids and sit down with them and write with them and dance with them and do art with them. It's just amazing to me. So I'm going to shut up now.
That was Shelley.
And I knew her when she was 6 years old. No.
She did, yes. Yep. When I was 6 years old, I used to go to Shelley's house and break stuff sometimes. I don't remember, it wasn't ever on purpose. That was my brother, by the way, that did that. But neither here nor there. Just a random fact, if I had to pick a Ninja Turtle to be, it would be Donatello. Don't even matter. Just want y'all to know that. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna pass out a prize.
Yeah.
This looks like a good one. Oh yeah,
That's a great one.
make sure something is in there.
Let me make sure. Who likes the good bean? Who's familiar with the good bean? Okay, just to make sure.
50, 11, right. Exactly. Well, that's good because this is a Good Beans Cafe certificate. So you can go over there and get yourself something to eat and or drink. Probably one or the other. Let me look at this here. Yeah, one or the other.
Only $5, right? Just so you know, only $5.
However, this is $5 that didn't come out of your pocket, so this is great. And all you have to do, when Tracy's gonna look though, and make sure you're able to yell at me, I'm gonna be upset. I'm not really. Is tell me the name of my good friend Natasha Thomas Jackson, aka Theory, aka hold it, aka the Lauren Hill of Flint, and the leader of the Raise It Up group. All you gotta do is tell me the name of the poetry slam team, unless you've ever been on it. You can't tell me. All right.
Beyond words?
That's not it, but that's a cool name for something. Who wasn't Tracy?
I wasn't ready, but
You have a question.
did you?
The name of the poetry team that you'll raise money for if you guys feel the need.
So I saw your hand right here, April sister. Boom.
Okay, but she can have it, 'cause I don't live in Flint.
But he can have it because she doesn't live in Flint.
The follow the gift that keeps on giving. What's that called?
The good beans to Mr. Bean. All right, coming to the stage, someone who is brave enough to sign our lovely list here. This is Ms. Caitlin. Come on up to the stage. Hype her up, folks. That'll be fun.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hey. This is called Fight Complacency. Never been a quitter. Lord, I never hit her. I've never been a quitter. Aura black and blue, dying is something to do. Praying for a way out of here. Am I a coward? Am I going to be okay? I love her, but there's none to do. Like a bad dog, I've got to do what I've got to do. I hate her, but I don't want to let her go. Does heaven favor my tears? Does the Father above smile upon my pain? Why do my abusers dress as nice and kind? Oh, unfair world. I am killed by hurtful words. I am bullied. He calls it compassion. Bury her, smother her, until she's dead or until she bleeds. Good night, baby, I love you. Good night, baby, I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. So I met Caitlin at Nadia's event, right? I remember she was like, really? Yeah, I did. Right. So I remember her as a writer. We're gonna, just in keeping with time, because we want to honor, when we say 7 to 9, we're not playing, right? So we want to honor that. Bring it up to the stage now. I have heard her work. I am loving her identity. This woman owns it. And then after her, we're gonna bring up another open mic, and I met him today. So Victoria's coming to the stage, and then after Victoria hits the stage, and then Eric.
All right.
Oh yeah!
Not the stage yet.
Hi, how are you? Like, I was in Tracy's class too, and I had like this really awesome identity piece about being pansexual and all this crap, and then she told me about like what we were doing the pieces for, and I'm like, I have to share like a deeper identity that I hadn't shared before. So this is not something I wrote for the class, it's something I specifically wrote for what the benefit or the event. Sitting in class, even on those summer days with her sweater pulled down over her arms, they ask her why she has on this hot-ass sweater. And she replies, I'm just cold. Sitting in class with girls who just wear lip gloss, they ask her why she's wearing so much makeup. She looks like a clown, and she replies, it's a hobby. She goes home and removes the clothing that is covering her black and blue body with the welts that have bled through their bandages. She removes the makeup that hid the swollen eye, and she reads so she can be anyone but herself. She is little girl lost, and I wish I could tell her while she's hiding in the closet, tears rolling down her eyes, she is not alone. Statistically, every year, 3 million children are subject to child abuse. That's 3 million. Oh, I ran into a wall. That's 3 million. I'm just clumsy. That's 3 million. I don't know where that mark came from. You are not alone. One black eye and a burst lip later, she ran into her legs, couldn't carry her. And while on that journey, she made some bad decisions. 1 jail sentence, and 7 years later, with 3 degrees, she is here to tell you that while 8 in 10 people who are released from jail go right back, you don't have to be a statistic.
What it remind me of, I hope I get the title right. I just did the review for Toni Morrison's, by the way, wearing her earrings, just saying, right? Toni Morrison's book that just came out April 21, God Save the Child. And so when you shared that, that's exactly what it reminds me of. I remember my first book, I read it, Toni Morrison, Beloved. It took me about 5-6 years. But the point is, she goes in. And she talks about our youth, and she talks about what makes us who we are. And she takes us 5 levels down. And what I love about this is that you see people's experiences, but sometimes we have to backtrack to understand why they are who they are. Next to the stage, we usually call this person virgin to the mic? Yeah, someone was like, yeah, right? And the rest of you are like, what's that about? Look, right? And so what we do is that we become an extra comforted family because this person is putting themselves on Front Street for the first time. And that's a brave and wonderful thing. So Eric, we're gonna like clap you to the stage. We made it.
A lot more scary on this side.
You got it.
Sure. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
No? Maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So the idea was identity. And this is not exactly all of me, but I understand as a person for me that I'm built of a lot of different things. So this is something I carry with me every day, and I guess I need to let it out. So I named it that. The pain of this concern is not the loss or lack of independence, but merely the concern is genuine in an unfamiliar fashion. The words that glide effortlessly from his tongue for so many holds more weight for only one. A calmer mind suggested a feeling of ignorance, a more emotional mind understanding the sense of betrayal. These minds fight endlessly, whether it be night or day, whether he's close or far, whether secluded or in solitude, or the life of the party. The body aches, ready to express itself in ways the mind still fights. Choking on words that long unspoken, restricting room for lies and deceit, swollen eyes that try to drown out images with memory filled with tears as they fall into a loving message. Feeding poison to a loving heart, numbing it in anticipation. He learns to love the poison and adds toxin for the brain. A shot for him, burning the warranting words. A shot for them, blurring the caustic cinema. And a shot for the heck of it, beckoning a soundless slumber.
So imagine the second time, you're gonna be good. Third time, you're just gonna be a rock star. It gets a little easier. I know, each time. So, who next?
I'm gonna say, we're gonna bring up one of our GVRC buddies, one of the facilitators, happens to be the dance instructor. So she gets the girls all excited.
That's
pumped
right.
up.
Yeah. My butt hurts.
And Tracy's on film with that. Emma, give it up for Emma.
Hey. So I'm not usually a word person. Imagine. But I have been, well, today I'm going to read one of the poems that I used as inspiration to create a dance piece. It's kind of hard to explain, but that was in U of M Flint's spring dance concert last weekend. So I spent the winter semester working with undergraduate students. No pictures, no pictures. It's being recorded. I worked with undergraduate students for the past 4 months to put this piece together based off of some of the poems written by the girls at GVRC. And some of the idea for this came last summer when I started working with the program. It was actually with the spoken word program at first, and we kind of split the time. And that was interesting. That was fun. Yeah. And so this poem that I'm going to read today is one of the poems that was written during one of those days that I was there initially. And the theme that day was survival skill. And this was kind of at the beginning of this choreographic piece that we put together that started with the idea of being a statistic and moving on to the survival skills. and then finally onto their hopes and dreams and their futures. And it was a really great opportunity to work with the girls' poetry, and this program is super inspiring, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. So, survival is making it, no matter what it is. You have to be strong through thick and thins. You can't depend on something. Well, it really depends. Make the best with what you got, and it might have a chance thinking before actions. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Learn from mistake. Pray that everything is right. Prepare for the worst. Ain't nothing, promise, positive, motivation, yes. I gotta have faith in yourself and do it the best. Make sure you finish before you move to the next. Make a plan, do it step by step, but never know what's coming. And just can't neglect, if you've got a plan A, you have to have a plan B, survival skill. And so this poem, the girl in particular, there was a song that I played that day that she was just like really grooving on. And she kept asking me to play it over and over again. And I think she used that song kind of as a musical inspiration for the piece. I ended up using that song in the choreographic piece itself too. So it was really nice. Yeah. Thank you.
I would go in on Mondays, and you know, being the spoken word, every so often you'd have the few girls, and they would say, "So are we gonna dance?" And I'd be like, "No, Emma's not here." Back up off me. Okay. Okay, prize time. Okay, so we gotta support our local businesses, and so next door is what store? Pages Bookstore, and so we have 2 certificates. One, and each of them are $10, and so, oh yeah, my mom. Each of them are $10.
Holy shit.
All 4 people. Let me try that one more time. It's $10. I'm jacking this up. It's $10 on the certificate.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know what you said. So the question is, if Jade was a Ninja Turtle, I was reading, who did you, Malcolm, who's about to like,
That would be the boy in the purple, Donatello.
Gift for jail. Make sure something's in it. And so coming to the stage next is Maria, and then what I'm going to do is ask Maria to introduce our special open mic.
Awesome. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. Give it up for Maria.
I actually have 2 pieces, and both these pieces have a story. So when we talk with the girls, a lot of times we'll share with them like our mistakes and how we got through them, because some of our mistakes kind of mirror or alongside their mistakes. That is not what they want to hear. They want to hear the nitty-gritty things about you that are funny. And when the girls found out that I have a profound fear of water, they are like honed in on that, and they use it to tease me, they use it to identify who I am, and we tried to use it as like inspiration because I did a triathlon thinking I would face my fear of water, and I told them that in my mind I had this image of coming up proudly out of the water, and I was actually choking and dragging myself out by my lips. I was pretty convinced I was gonna die. They love that story. So we were talking, we tried to spin that about bravery. I think that the retention on that lasted about 30 seconds because I really wanted to go back about, do you take a shower? What do you do with the shower curtain? Is it closed? Is it open? And, you know, if I go get a drink, are you scared? That kind of stuff. So I wrote this piece about being brave, and it goes like this. Brave is the audacity of the moon to rise after the brightness of the sun already lit up the world. Brave is thinking and saying while the world is telling you, stay silent. Brave is kindness when the world is telling you to fight. Brave is fighting like a girl when the world is telling you to act like a man. Brave is not being the first. It's trying even if you'll surely end up last. Brave is being vulnerable anytime you choose. Brave is seeing both sides of a situation and standing still in the middle. Brave is not looking for love after heartache. That's human nature. Brave is loving in the first place amidst a world of heartache. Brave is having grace in the middle of a riot. Brave is not loving the unlovable, it's loving yourself. Brave is refusing to change and never staying the same. Brave is knowing your faults and finding the patience to overcome them. Brave is challenging the impossible, confronting a losing battle, and being completely comfortable with who you are. That's brave. The other thing that girls like is I grew up in a very different time, not time, but kind of like time when I was back there, very different place than a lot of them did, and they like to hear these stories about how I grew up. And I grew up in a very small town up in the thumb of Michigan. It has a stoplight, works most of the time, that kind of stuff. So it's pretty foreign to a lot of these girls who grew up in the city, and they haven't really left the city too much in their travels. So they like to hear all about, Mayberry, as some of them call it. And I tended to shy away from those stories until one girl checked me at the door and said, "Maria, you just gotta be who you are." So, right? Which is fantastic. So this is somewhat about how I grew up. My favorite place to be is in a memory, tucked behind first aid dresses and dime store jelly shoes, behind abandoned grocery stores to stop for a Sunday paper and one 7-Up to share. Hold it tight, both hands, glass bottle. Spam on one unfortunate trip, from the end cap, aisle 2. Meat from a can on a shelf, what could possibly be wrong with that? Heydays that belong to full-service gas stations, party lines, and an octagon barn. Behind old Catholic churches tucked back in southeasty corners of too small to earn a map dot. Down the hills behind towering steeples, my cousin built that one, walked right on this ground over and over and over again. Great things happen with bare hands and borrowed time. The breezes that always blow, where the air is gentle in spirit and the wind whispers inspiration. Wind chimes. Racing hearts floating beside quiet minds. Home. Grounded. Peace. All our greats are there. James, Mary, Caroline, and the babies with nothing more than a name. 4th of July fireworks and bare feet frisbee games at dusk. Watch out, pine cones. Sunday potlucks and walking through our past when elders reminisce. Who are they? Farmers, teachers, handshakes, and promises. They hang on to our roots with both hands, guide us from above and within. They tend to memories and pride, honor. They keep innocence and old family recipes. The wonder spark they make calls you home, where worries today are forgetful by tomorrow, where time holds still and change is a foreigner. Hold me by my soul and make me whole again. Home again. Hope again. Stay with me until next time, dear friendly memory. So our special next person is the very first time she's ever done anything like this. She is 11. Oh, I love this crowd. And I think she's gonna be a little shy, right? Yes. Okay, this is my daughter, Grace. You nervous? Do these kids look like they should be nervous? I mean, nobody looks threatening or scary. No? She does. Her sister back there looks threatening and scary. All right, gotta say it loud.
The long cold winter is melting away. A single red bird was spotted today. Through the mist, the sun is peeking. Squirrels are about and acorns seeking. New life has come to the fields and woods. Kids ventures out in sweatshirts and hoods. In just a few weeks, the river will flow. Blossoms and trees will start to show. There's still a chill in the springtime air. Winter is gone, but memory is still there. Summer is waiting a few months beyond to warm the air the meadows and the pond. The gopher peers out from the hole that makes the springtime is when the whole world awakes.
You notice that Grace just stood here, she was like, y'all better clap. Stop playing. Right. I'm a rock star.
She deserves a prize just for that.
Oh, I like that. She deserves a prize. Okay, so this is Grace. Wait. Okay, because you're hiding behind. Grace, so what do you, I know, you just like, say it, Tracy. What do you like to do? Like, are you a writer? Are you a knitter? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I made it personal. I got carried away. All right, let me bring it back. Are you a writer? Are you a runner? Look, your mom runs. Right, you throw pots. Yeah, that was good. I wish I had a prize for it. But what we can do is inspire you.
Getting Tracy off the stage. She's out of here. He's so buttons on.
It worked.
Time to go to another class. All right. Coming to the stage, we're gonna invite up our brave new voice. We're sitting, boy, you just the voice of brave new voices today. We're gonna offer a Sapphire to the stage.
Hi, you guys. I'm Sapphire. The piece I'm gonna do is about body image. I don't really know if I should give like a warning, but it's about the dreaded female problems of the people who live in the U.S. That's really it. I've never been skinny. Just a hair too thick and a little bit bigger than most of my peers. I am the high school representative of what Southern cooking done well looks like. But I dream of being one of the 559,058,015 skinny women living in the United States. Then maybe men wouldn't keep me a secret. They say I'm just their friend, but are quick to claim me as theirs in private. Nobody wants a big girl. They want to be able to look at me and pass me within the same glance, unashamed to be placed in the same sentence, attaching them to my name. All my life I've gained nothing but the weight tipping the scale of my confidence. My body has become the unspoken curse isolating me within the walls of my family's Southern hospitality. I find salvation in calories, a mother's love in home cooking, acceptance within my taste buds, worshiping anything that leaves a sweet sensation on the tip of my tongue. Telling my grandmother I'm not hungry when I haven't eaten since yesterday has become a routine for me. Yearning for every ounce of fat to be lifted from the visual spectrum of my body like my limbs have been called home to the gods. They say it takes hard work to be pretty. While I'm sucking in more than just my gut girdles have become the straitjackets that will one day squeeze me skinny. Perfection is a disease that has been nipping at our waistlines since way before the 90s. And we need to grasp hold of the fact that trying to be perfect is like attempting to climb a ladder to heaven that will never even allow you to see above the clouds. I watched my classmate's health deteriorate as she hung on the fence of anorexia as if she was attempting to claw off what was left of the meat from her soon-to-be revealing bones when one of your classmates passes out and is hospitalized because she hasn't eaten in 3 days. This is a problem. She has become one of the 10 million females endlessly fighting in a life or death battle with an eating disorder. I don't want to end up like her.
So wrapped up inside of myself that I become secluded within the twilight of my fixation with becoming flawless, making myself sick every time I catch a glimpse of a full body photo of myself, cringing every time you hear the words, she's too big to be pretty, or she's too pretty to be a big girl. It's like nails scraping against a chalkboard. Except all I can feel is razor blades scraping against my skin, attempting to show me what liposuction feels like. I need that nip tuck. Nipping at my flesh until there's nothing left to tuck in. I'd rather be my size and transparent than to ever let anyone see the corpse of what I used to be. I have battle scars encrusted within the bare reflection of my body that just won't fade from my skin. Don't Photoshop me skinny. Photograph me for a figure so that they can see what curves are supposed to look like. Thank you.
We have three. I came up with Tracy this time so we don't get off track. I am going to ask a question, and Tracy's going to just point at the person who raised their hand. This is a journal with 300 writing prompts, so it's really cool, actually. If you just feel, if you're not inspired by the world around you and you need help, then we have this awesome journal that we're going to give away. When you tell me who the person is that is on Tracy's earring, so, oh, send back down.
Tony Moore.
Booyah! I'll be texting you next week, though. Yeah, the next artist. She is a singer, and she is so ready to come to this stage, because I am looking right at her, and she's putting away the technology. She is coming to the forefront. To the stage is Tanae.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Tracy was my professor, and she inspired me to get my master's in communication. It's full credit, because I was a healthcare major, and I changed my whole life. Right? Shout out to Malcolm Bean. I haven't seen him since he was a teenager, so you're a man. News to me. Shout out to Beans and April Store. I'm sorry, Flint is so small. You just know everybody. But April and Angela, my babies, her story is so because they came to our church when their situation happened. Their Aunt Pam took them in, and they're just wonderful young ladies. So, so Dr. Curry, she don't like to be called Dr. Curry, but Dr. Curry asked me to sing, and I didn't really know what this was about, so I chose a song that I feel resonates with everyone, because everyone is looking for love or wants love, and sometimes things happen in their life, such as the prison system or family circumstances where they feel like they want to just kind of give up on it. So this is the song that I chose. And I'm nervous. Okay. You give and you give, but you never seem to give back in return. But you give to your heart. You
Because we're coming to the end.
We are coming to the end, unfortunately. Time limits and I
that's-
give everyone a chance to mingle a little bit after we get home. So our first gift is the gift certificate to Paige's Bookstore, which is downstairs.
Yeah.
And so it is $10.
Yeah.
I think y'all remixed it, but here's how it goes. This is $10. You say only $10.
It's amazing.
That's how it goes. For future reference, and to get this lovely prize, which Tracy's gonna look this time for real. You have to tell me who our sponsor is for this GVRC program. Who was it, Tracy?
It was her.
It was.
I was, okay, because I so was over here.
Oh, my.
Not mine.
Which mine?
What mine?
It's a few
Not
mine.
mine, just you gotta.
Okay, so
you
she
gotta
was like,
specify which
the
mine.
visionary just got loud. She was like,
Oh, somebody else over here, right here.
The Ruth Mott.
Ruth Mott Foundation.
okay. This is like a Jeopardy moment. You know.
In Flint, we got like my community college. Then we have my farm back in the day, if y'all remember that. We have my children's health center, you know. That's what my mom went. She's
Got a lot of mods, a lot of apples.
So we had to get Ruth Mott Foundation. Ruth Mott Foundation is our lovely sponsor, and we thank them.
So this is for the ultimate writer. Like the person who, yeah. So if you're just like, I hate writing, don't put your hand up. But if you know someone who loves writing, this is a package of writing stuff. No, this is like all kinds of writing stuff. So how do we close this out? Like how do we,
I'm gonna tell y'all what Tracy said outside.
Do a poem.
What Tracy said outside was that the person who gets this prize has to do a verse from their song that they were listening to on the way here. She was like, we should rap, and I was like, why rap?
Okay, you're right. So if someone is bold enough, that was it. If someone is bold enough to do a verse of the song or whatever they were looking for, I see in the back.
Whether you can sing or not.
Right. And so you don't even need an example because we were gonna rap for you.
No, rap for us.
I mean, we can just give you the verse. Like mine was, I'm gonna rock right now. I'm Rob Bass and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone. So I think you got it, which means I see a hand in the, but you gotta come to the front. You gotta
She's not
want
shy.
this.
She's not shy.
I want it. I shared my poetry.
Big old Tracy.
I want the writer's swag bag. I'm finding it hard to be a gentleman every day. That's it. That's all I
That's like a sentence.
Jack White. Dead leaves and the dirty ground, let me know that you're not around. And if you hear a piano fall, you can hear me coming down the hall. I can't remember the rest. Is that?
That's okay. Should she get it? Yeah. With this. That's awesome. So if you want to show everybody.
Yeah, you guys want to see what I got?
You want to see what she got? They're like, yeah. Oh, erasers.
All right.
Present erasers. We get, so we're like, oh. But it gets more. We get eco over here. Then erasers to go with the branch pencils that were made. Sustainable tamarind trees. I know you guys are like, what trees? Look, it was sexy, right?
Oh my God.
And more.
Ideas that rock.
Ideas that rock. Yeah. We call people rock stars. And finally,
Unnecessary notepad.
A necessary.
Necessary note.
And just as a quick side note, it says from Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it's done.
Nelson Mandela.
There you go.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Give her a hand for being brave.
And so, as we bring this to a wonderful close, because we are at the top, I told you, it's like 9 o'clock, right?
I'm gonna say, big thanks to all of our lovely Buckham Art Gallery for letting us be in the building. Good Beans Cafe for letting us get a gift certificate and have events there all the time.
Yes, you can.
Feel free to talk to them, don't be shy.
Don't worry, this is when I get dressed, of course.
Ruth Mott Foundation for providing us with the funding we needed for programs such as GVRC and other things around the city. Give it up for Ruth Mott.
If you want to continue to support the poetry, there's a lot of poetry events that are taking place all weekend long. I know Raise It Up, Natasha, they were talking about they have events. I believe Reggie Gaines is here. And then Elliot, drummer, you got something.
I do. And let me apologize because my sister said me to bring my drum up, and it's a big conga. It's really, really heavy, and it's a lot of stairs. But I got you next time.
That's all right. We're gonna have another one.
Okay, right. So I got it. I'll make sure I will bring it up here early. But tomorrow, if you happen to be on the north side of Flint in Beecher at the Village, there's a slam 5:30 to 9:30.
It's a slam?
It's a slam, yeah.
Got it.
I got tickets.
At what
So,
time?
huh?
At what time?
5:30 to 9:30.
How much are your tickets?
$10.
Only $10.
All right.
Oh, y'all got it.
All right, so I'm gonna say if you have more questions, he is the man. Throw your hand up just one more time. He is the man to go to. If you have questions about Raise It Up, I'm just gonna kind of, is it okay, Sapphire?
Yeah, I think that the events for the week might be over today. There's like something for 3 to 6 year olds on Saturday.
If you got a 3 or 6 year old, if you know one.
FYT.
Okay, FYT.
Amber has that at the public library.
Amber Hassan does
Yeah,
have
Amber
something.
Hassan has something.
Yes,
Yeah.
the public library. I'm gonna say go online, take a look at the Flint Public Library.
Also, Amber Hassan on Facebook, there is a flyer with all of the events that Raise It Up for this week.
Yes. Facebook.
Creative Alliance, Nick?
Yeah, so we have at the front flyers, we have some free poetry stuff going on. There's once a month over at Good Beans Cafe. And yeah, the Brave New Voices flyers in the front too, so check it out.
And Nadia, you said?
Writer's Circle, which is also a CA thing, Thursday, 7 o'clock, Churchill's. There's a Facebook page. You should like it if you want to stay up to date.
Churchill's is that one, right?
Also, Must Start Mondays. If you want to know what it is, ask me.
Okay. And we close out with this. Remember, the Common Read book is what?
Dead Man Walking.
And just in case some of you are like, Dead Man Walking, it is a movie. Just so you know. Susan Sarandon and Sean Penn. All right. So yes. All right, thank you everybody for coming out.